Hello to all traders and welcome back to another video brought to you by Orbex. So we're looking at oil today after it slumped quite dramatically in the last few days. Not only WTI crude oil, West Texas Intermediate, but also Brent as well. This is over supply fears that China is going to keep imposing sanctions against its public for lockdowns. It's also about Russia as well. This $60 a barrel cap that the EU imposed a few days ago has really seen Russia start tightening its grip on oil. There's a little bit of more fear in the market that prices will start tumbling, especially as this winter of discontent continues. It is supposedly supposed to be better for customers at the pumps because prices are expected to fall slightly. However, it's not really that much in the way of how it was before the conflict happened in Ukraine. So with this $60 price cap that the EU has imposed, there was a lot of talk that Russia would start tightening its grip even further on supplies for Europe until the end of the year. But it hasn't happened yet. But we have seen quite a collapse in prices, and as I said, it's not only on West Texas Intermediate, it's also on Brent as well. So we're looking in the near term, especially since the fall of oil since we started in June. Obviously we had this spike in prices when the conflict did begin, but since then a fully fledged bear market, and we had a slight bear rally at some point a couple of times. Had this slight head and shoulders pattern here, slight bear rally here, which was the last time we saw prices start moving to the upside. But since then, as you can see here, I'll just pull the chart over so it's a little bit easier to see. We're having these yearly lows. These lows haven't been until the back end, haven't been seen since the back end of December 2021. So fully fledged yearly lows at the moment. It's the same on Brent as well. But we'll look on the 4-hour chart before we jump over to Brent oil, because what I want to emphasize here is the fact that we are now looking very choppy. As I said, we had a slight bear rally, but that was short-lived. We've had wave after wave of moving lower. Now we're on the next bear leg, seeing if we can pierce the $70 mark. So there is opportunities, even though the market is falling, as we know before, especially with CFDs, we are buying and selling at the correct pricing and getting those opportunities in as well. At the moment, though, we're looking slightly bearish even further for the possibly for the next 24 hours until the market does close tonight for the weekend. We'll see what happens over the weekend with these oil prices, but the main news is we are still slumping lower. Brent and WTI did slump almost 4% in the last 2 days alone, so it's quite a big sell-off in the market. So speaking of Brent, let's just move over quickly to it. And as I said, pretty much going in the same way as crude. We are seeing these yearly lows. Haven't seen them since the back end. Sorry about that. Since the back end of 2021. And as you can see, the journey for Brent for the last year has been very, very choppy. We've had the obvious conflict with Russia and Ukraine, and then we had another move to the upside. But since then, we're having another leg lower. So it's looking likely, as I said, slight head and shoulders here, moving lower, slight bear rally, but that was short-lived, and now we are moving very, very vastly, going down to $75. But there could be a little bit of a respite. If we look on the 4-hour chart, most interestingly enough, the fact that we are seeing a possible just move all these squiggly lines. It does get a little bit confusing if there's too much on the chart. We are now seeing, with the assistance of the RSI and the Ichimoku cloud, we could be seeing a slight divergence on the RSI, meaning that prices could start picking up and we could start having a bounce in the near term. But we'll see what happens with that in the very near term, because as I said, before the weekend, there's supposedly going to be quite a lot of talk about where Russia are going to go with this this extra sanction posed upon them. And obviously by the end of the year, allegedly, there'll be less oil and gas filtering out to European Union states as well. So we'll see again how that's going to be and where that's going to take us as well. So that's all from today's video. Thank you very much for joining me once again. As usual, you can comment and like and subscribe with our YouTube channel, and you can tell me what you're trading on. We've had a lot of comments in the last few months about where the market is going and what we're expecting for the run up to the end of the year. Will there be a Santa rally? Will there be another bear rally or bull rally? Will there be another downturn in the market? Are recessions coming? So let me know what you think on this Friday as the market comes to a close for the weekend, and let me know what you think. So have a great trading day ahead, a great weekend ahead, and bye for now.